Welcome to WION World of Cricket. I am Esha Hanspal at the Maharashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Pune today. In just a short while from now is going to be played the last match of the 8th round of the league stage of the 2023 ODI World Cup between two teams placed at the bottom of the leaderboard. On one hand is a team that doesn't even have a test status. Their qualification has come at the expense of 3 full member nations, but they have shown us that they more than deserve to be here. On the other are defending champions who at this point in time languishing at the bottom of the points table and have been eliminated from the semi-finals. On one hand is a team that has caused shocking upsets to heavyweights like South Africa. And on the other is a team that has shocked the world with its rather upsetting run in this edition of the World Cup. The head-to-head between the two over the last 5 ODI matches, while they played against each other, England has won all 5. A spot at the 2025 Champions Trophy is at stake, despite being at the bottom of the table. If England wins both of their remaining 2 group stage matches, including the one today, they do qualify for the Champions Trophy. Mark Wood likely to miss out today because of a niggle. We'll get an update on that in just a short while from now. The update currently from the stadium is that England have won the toss and they have chosen to bat first. On that note, I'm going to go across to Dav Whatmore, the 1996 World Cup winning coach for Team Sri Lanka. Dav, what do you make of that decision by Jos Buttler?
I think it's a good one. They really need to impress a lot of their supporters and themselves in winning a game. The interest for me in this game, Isha, is not so. They both can't qualify for the semi-finals. The interest for this one is Champions Trophy, and particularly for England, who's just fared really badly. They're languishing only on 2 points, 1 win. They have to win 2 games to get their tally up to 6 and hopefully in that top 8 to qualify for the Champions Trophy. That's the interest for me. So England team has to do that. The Netherlands team also, a little bit of that, but from their point of view, to see again, to gauge themselves how good they are and how far they've come. Yes, they've won 2 matches and they've knocked over South Africa. Really good effort. But this is another test for them. And every game, as we know, as we agree, it's a great experience for them. And they've attacked every game with a lot of confidence, but their performances haven't been that great on occasions. So that's the interest for me.
Coming into the World Cup, did we really think that the defending champions would be placed below a team that doesn't even have a test status and have actually perhaps fared better than them?
Well, like everybody else, I'm sure I'd have the same answer. The answer is no. Nobody would have thought this would be the case. But it is. It's a reality. It's been happening for a number of games now. So, you know, that's been flogged, that's been done to death. We know how badly they've played. Now what matters is the next 2 games, and that's the interest for me.
Dav, can we quickly take a look at your 11? We will get the update from the stadium in just a short in just a short while from now.
Yep.
This is a list of 11 that Dav has picked out for us for Team England, and as soon as we get the latest update from the stadium, we will update you on that as well. Okay,
here we go. Bairstow and Milan. Root is playing. Ben Stokes is playing. Josh Buttler is playing. Liam Livingstone's not playing. Harry Brook comes in for him. Moeen Ali's playing. Woakes is playing. Adil Rashid is playing. David Willey is playing. And Mark Wood is not playing. In his place is Gus Atkinson. So we have 2 changes.
Yeah.
Wood out for Atkinson and Livingstone out for Harry Brook.
Right. Brook is in, Atkinson is in, Livingston and Wood are out.
That's right.
That's the, okay. And would you agree with that squad?
Yes, I do. I mean, it's a good squad, as is the same in every match they play. When you look at it on that graphic with those faces there and their statistics, all that are great, but they haven't performed in this tournament. So the interest, as I say again, is how they respond. Now, they've got 2 matches left and not many other chances to elevate themselves into a position where they could possibly play in a couple of years' time in the Champions Trophy.
Dav, what's your take on Ben Stokes playing? I remember you mentioned earlier he should perhaps be at home. get done with that surgery that is impending and then be back again for the test series that is lined up ahead
well,
for?
that's what my layman's mind telling me. You know, you're not going to qualify for the semi-final, but they have to qualify for this Champions Trophy. So that may be the carrot that's keeping him in there, still in India, to play in every match that they have, to see whether he can make a contribution to achieve that target. So, rightly or wrongly, I mean, we know how good a player he is. Sadly, he got injured early in that in the series with a hip injury from in the strength room. Came back, and he hasn't set the world on fire there either. Got a decent 40 a game ago against Australia, and now again he's in the team, and he sees himself as pivotal to helping that England team, you know, win 2 games.
Now that we have him playing, we have Ben Stokes playing, and Harry Brook is also playing. If you had it your way, who would you have make way instead? And if Ben Stokes wasn't playing, Harry Brook was playing, who else would be coming in?
Livingstone he's the only other batsman, so he would naturally retain his spot. But, you know, it doesn't matter. It's still very good. You know, that's their decision, which reflects that they feel is the best possible combination to win today. Given that, you know, Mark Wood has got a problem, so he is an omission which has to happen. Livingstone has been a little, you know, up and down. So you know, he helps out with the spin bowling as well. But this ground, as we discussed earlier, as you told me, the statistics suggest there's more wickets falling for the pacemen than the spinners.
Okay. Fair point. Let's take a look at Netherlands 11 that you have lined up for us, and then once we have
I don't know the final 11, but I think
I have recently just got the final list.
But I see the elder statesman
11,
is in the side. O'Donnell, Ackerman is enormous. Sybrand Engelbrecht, this captain Scott Edwards, Bas de Leede, the leading wicket taker. For them, Zulfikar retains his spot. I thought maybe he might make way for another leg spinner, but Van Meekeren, Beacon, Van Beek, Aryan, Dutt, and Roland van der Murf make up their 11. So, you know, it's pretty much the same team. Pretty much the same team. 1, 2.
Right. I think there's just one change, however, Dav. Zulfikar is not playing today, and we have Nida Manuru.
Okay.
Teja Nida Manuru, who's in.
They're going for a batsman.
Yeah. So this is their final 11.
All right. So here we have, we've taken a spinner out, which, as we said, it's more for the pace, and they brought in a attacking young batsman in Teja Nida Manuru. Yes. All right, so we have 3 fast bowlers. Van Meekeren. We have Logan van Beek, Bas de Leede, 3, and 3 spinners. Dutt, Van der Merwe, and Colin Ackerman.
Right.
So that's their formation. It's okay. That's you know, they play as hard as they possibly can, but sadly their skill level and their lack of experience, I would think, it's not for want of trying. I think it's their lack of experience that is showing.
Okay, by not going with another bowler, you said.
No, just their performance generally. Yeah, I mean they pick their sides. It's okay, but you know, generally they haven't had enough competition at this level to become more consistent. But they've surprised South Africa. They could surprise today. You know, everyone starts on naught for naught. Let's see how we go.
Okay, Dav, the key battles that you had lined up for us today, very crucial, because this match in itself has its own battles.
Bairstow again, I've got here. I mean, he's disappointed a lot of judges, but he has to come good, and I'm backing him to come good today against Logan van Beek, who will be given the new ball along with the spinner. So this battle here is vital for England to get away from a good start. So there's he, and Milan is the other battle. Dawood Malan is their highest run scorers for this series for England. So you know they'll also require him to be the glue and bat right through if he possibly can. But the off-spinner who's been given that job every game to open the bowling with a brand new ball, not an easy thing to do, but he hasn't disappointed in most of these games. Being a left-hander, he'll relish the ability to bowl to Dav Whatmore.
Yeah.
Ben Stokes, I have him as a battle because we know what he's potentially capable of, and he was going in the right direction against Australia, but sadly got out to a very ordinary shot. So he's, very much looking forward to getting runs and helping England win the game, and foregoing that surgery. Van der Merwe is a battle with him for the spinners. Max O'Dowd, he's the most, not the most experienced, but one of the higher run getters in Netherlands. He opens the batting. He was going really well last game, and I think he got to a 50 and got out.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting him also to continue with that form. In his ways, Chris Wokes, who started really badly, but now he's landed into a good length and direction, a consistent length and direction, and he'll be tested. So that's a good battle to look forward to. And the last one is Sybrand Engelbrecht, who started this World Cup without getting a game. He fought his way in, and then he's batted down the bottom, figured in a partnership. He doesn't give his wicket away, which is something I really admire in this guy. And he's now batting 3 or 4 or whatever the team needs him, and he's batting long.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased for him, and I'm sure that because he bats long, he's going to have a little battle with this guy, Adil Rashid, who is a very underrated leg spin bowler who has a number of variations, and I'm again looking forward to that battle.
And he's been decent in the World Cup so far amongst
he's
the rest of his
one of the
teammates.
few bowlers who have got some wickets.
Yeah.
But really, I've been looking at the wickets column, and of both of these teams, the highest wicket taker is Bas de Leede from Netherlands with 11. Now this is game number 8 for England, and nobody's got 11 wickets for England. So, the highest run scorer in both of these teams is Dav Whatmore with 286, and the highest for Netherlands is Scott Edwards with 204. So you see, there's not enough on both sides.
What is the score that you expect England to post today?
I'm expecting a good one. I'm expecting, seriously close to 300 or just a bit more. They should be getting that. It's a good pitch. Again, lovely day out there, good seeing day, fast outfield, and not much assistance for the spin. Get a start, and I think you can make merry.
300 plus?
300 plus, I reckon. And unlike batting under lights, the new ball won't be as effective. Under lights, it's a lot more effective.
Do you agree with Netherlands' decision to go with Wesley Baresi?
40, what is he, 40-year-old? 39 or 40? He was given, one chance, I think?
Yeah, he's played one match, yes.
One match, I think 2. He got runs in the first one, missed out in the second. He batted at number 3 the first game, Esha. Then he went up to opening because young Vikramjit Singh missed out, and he missed out there. So he's got a score of sorts and a failure. So maybe, he deserves one more chance. Definitely this will be his last World Cup. Definitely.
So you'd still not have played Vikramjit Singh?
Well, that's the only thing that sticks in my throat a little bit. This guy's the future. So you have to weigh up and make a decision. Do we give another opportunity to the young left-hander to help develop him, or do you stick with the older fellow he may give you more runs? That's a little decision for them. Sadly for Vikramjit Singh, who I like, and I think he's got a good future. It could do with these games. Could really, have done with another opportunity to play against a good England team. It's not to be.
Dav, at this stage of the competition, however, wouldn't you play your best bet, try to secure that spot in the Champions Trophy, because Netherlands next play India. And England next play Pakistan.
Yeah.
So Netherlands have to win one of the two games to be able to qualify for the Champions Trophy, and they obviously attain a lot from that, the financial help and you know, something that helps develop the sport in their country. So would you...
They have 2 games to go, Esha. Yeah, so you're right. I think you play your best team at this stage. Maybe if they miss out today, then they can experiment a little bit more with the younger guys in that squad. Fair enough. Wesley Baresi at 38 or 39 years of age gets his 3rd opportunity, and let's hope he does well, you know.
Okay.
It won't be easy for them. They're batting under lights, second. You know, that's going to be tough. But that's a good test.
Okay, let's take a look at the points table now. This is how both the teams are poised. Netherlands above England on 4 points. England languishing at the bottom of the table. We did not expect that, just on 2 points. Their sole win coming against Bangladesh. Netherlands have also defeated Bangladesh and South Africa, that shocking upset that we saw. Should Netherlands defeat England today, would you call it an upset?
Yes.
You would call it
I
an
know
upset.
it looks odd to say that because England is right down the bottom. But heart of hearts, you know, put your hand on my heart, England...
Shouldn't be there.
No, and if England win by, you know, a big margin, then it's not a surprise to anyone. So, for that reason, also I think Netherlands winning will be a surprise to me, despite England only winning 1 game and languishing down the bottom.
Okay, but both the teams pretty much out of the contention for the semi-finals there.
Yeah.
All right. Dav, I also want you to tell me, we've discussed this at length, what ails Team England, and then, you know, certainly lessons to be taken home from this particular World Cup. We also heard Moeen Ali say that it's perhaps the aging squad, and I'm going to touch upon that topic again. Do you think that is what the problem is right now, or they just need a shake-up in terms of, as you suggested, some sort of psychological counselling, some sort of a break from cricket perhaps for a few days and then get back to it, all guns blazing?
Yeah, saying ageing, well, fair enough. There's a few guys over 30. It's a very good squad, you know. They're full of skill, full of experience, and there's really no reason why they shouldn't be. It's a confidence thing. To me, age is one thing, but if you're not doing well, your confidence, you know, goes down. That coupled with making incorrect decisions. They could have really helped themselves on 2 occasions against good teams by batting first in a searing heat.
Yeah.
What are they doing? Winning the toss and giving the opposition the advantage. You know, that was really bad, you know, and it showed. So those were 2 games they could have easily, I think, put pressure. I'm not saying they could have won, but they would have been in a much better position to win the games. Then, to compound that issue of incorrect decisions and then equals lack of confidence, is the stopping and changing of the team. At one stage, there was as many as 3. Their proven formation was dropped, and they brought in 3 specialists. Their all-rounders are the one that's been giving them the depth and the skills to bat deep without, you know, mucking up their bowling. They completely changed it. Only for 1 game, then they reverted back again, and they still lost. So, you know, nothing seems to be working for them, but I think they're causing it themselves. They're an architect of their own downfall to a point. But we all know they are good, and you know, they surely have to turn it around. I think they've done the right thing with the toss. Their decision today is good. The team is also good, and their opposition, I think, is, you know, could be absolutely mauled today, because they have to come with a very strong response, a strong statement today. I'm expecting that.
Where lies England's strength and where lies Netherlands' strength?
England's strength is basically an aggressive attacking mindset, but they haven't so far translated that into performance.
Yeah.
today, given the conditions of the pitch and the outfield and the conditions up above, it's perfectly ready for them to bounce into and to blast off in this game. So I honestly think they'll be causing a lot of problems for Netherlands, and they do bat very deep, and their bowling is also now coming into a little bit of form.
So yeah, that's what I meant to ask. Which department do you think England feel the most secure in?
The more secure in, I think, batting, even though they haven't got runs.
Okay.
Certainly they bat deep, and they're not worried about losing one or two at the top, provided there are some who make up for it, but it hasn't been happening. I think these two are going to enjoy it today.
Okay, Netherlands.
Netherlands, for me, they're a bunch of triers. They've lacked experience at this level, but they come, with a good, solid team spirit. They seem to be really well prepared against their opposition, but their execution of skill sometimes are lacking. Not through want of, wanting to or trying hard. They do all that, but the confidence level sometimes, I feel, because they're playing big teams, they're easy for them to fold up, despite them trying really hard. So again, I think their bowling, I think, might be shading their batting.
So middle order batting, you'd say, is where their strength lies?
Middle order batting with Netherlands?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Edwards is the one that's been, instrumental in giving the runs that when they won both games, he's done well. So Engelbrecht's also provided stern resistance without setting the world on fire and getting the big runs, but he's created himself a nuisance for the opposition, shall we say. And he's good. He doesn't give his wicket away. He puts a price on his wicket. So he bats long, but his output of runs could be more.
So we could say it perhaps would be a battle of runs there, a battle of battings.
Yeah.
Batting performances.
I'm foreshadowing a tough time for the Netherlands.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look at a few comments we've got for you, Dav, and then we get back to the match. Okay. This is from Marty, who says, England have a good chance to break their losing streak.
I'm predicting that as well, Marty, and I know, I have a feeling today was, I'm going to feel sorry for the Orange team. You never know what can happen, I know, but I'm predicting a strong victory.
Okay, so your prediction is England for today?
Yes.
Okay, all right. This is from Brett, who says, I have never wanted the Netherlands to win a sporting event more than I want them to win today. Let's go, Dutchies.
Well, he hates the Poms, eh?
It looks like it.
Brett,
I don't know where he's from, though.
Yeah, obviously I'm not sure whether you're a really avid Orange supporter or you just don't like the England team. But, mate, I hope they'll put in a good show for you, but I have my doubts today.
Even yesterday, Dav, the number of viewers supporting Afghanistan in comparison to Australia was astounding.
Yeah.
And everywhere, wherever I read reports, they had a resounding support.
It's the underdog.
Yes.
People love to see an unfancied team do well. And it happened to be against Australia, and everyone loves to hate Australia too. And when they were down and out at 90 for 7 wickets down, everyone was happy. But blimey, that
But Dav, on the 10th spot, England are also the underdogs, if you just really look at it.
on the points table, they are, yes.
Okay. All right, this is from Laveen, who says, potential for another humiliation for England today. And as I've supported Netherlands in every other match they've played so far, I won't be that upset if they beat England today.
Look, anything's possible, Esha. I mean, I don't want to give the impression that the Netherlands are useless. They're not. If England still arrive today and they're not serious and they take it for granted, they will get knocked over and be very embarrassing. But I feel they're at a point now they cannot adopt that approach any longer.
Okay, this is from Dylan Martin, who asks, why is Sam Curran still not in the English squad?
Yeah, sad. I mean, he could have played today.
Yeah.
Being a left-hander who bats and a good fielder, he could have played today, but I guess they're giving an opportunity to Gus Atkinson, who, by the way, I think he's got a good future, this guy. You know, he bowls pretty well and is a much better batsman than a lot of people think. So he's another one of these guys who, you know, can give some contribution down the bottom of that batting order. So I agree with this selection, but I also like Sam Curran because he's a wonderful player, but sadly got out of form very early in the tournament, and he was given, you know, to warm the bench, and he stayed there.
Okay. All right, this is from Archer, who says England batting first is not a good sign. Excitement of the match is gone.
Excitement. I don't understand that.
I wonder
exciting?
why he's saying he just feels that perhaps he looks like he's an England supporter.
Yeah.
And he just probably feels like they're going to lose the game today, batting first.
No, this is the right thing to do, I reckon.
Right thing to do,
it's the right thing to do, to bat under beautiful sunny conditions against this opposition particularly. So I have to disagree with that one.
Okay. This is from Robin, who asks you, Dav. He says, which team do you think will play against India in the finals? He has assumed that India is playing the finals.
In the grand final he's talking about.
Yeah.
I got a sneaking feeling it's either South Africa or Australia, and I'm going to go with the yellow team. You know, the way they got to improve a lot from yesterday, but they got a real scare.
Yeah,
they got a real scare. So I think the lessons that they've learnt will be very fresh in their mind, and I think my feeling is Australia.
Yeah, okay.
Simply because also of their past.
Yeah.
Their history suggests you don't take them lightly, man, when it comes to World Cups.
Yeah. Okay. This is from Himanshu, who says England must beat Netherlands by 133 runs. He's very meticulous.
Yeah.
To get past Bangladesh's run rate and improve the Champions Trophy chances.
You know what? I think they can do it. I really do. This
Would
is
you agree with his calculation, though? 133
must be a mathematician,
runs.
do you think?
Yeah, very meticulous. Well done, Himanshu. We'll actually sit down and calculate that. He says 133 runs to get past Bangladesh's run rate and improve their 2025 chances. Well, let's hope they do it. Nitin says the Netherlands versus England match might just be the most crucial showdown of this World Cup. If they cannot secure a spot in the Champions Trophy, we might just rename it the Asian Champions Trophy, with 5 Asian teams dominating the scene.
Yeah, it's yet to be seen whether all of the Asian teams will be in the top 8. But
it's
you want to change the name?
Yeah.
Can't change the name. There's the 4 runs here. This is the best. I just hit young Aryan Dutt for 4. And 4 deliveries.
4 balls, yes.
4 runs.
Okay. Just a few more, Dav, and then we will let you go to that very interesting match. This is from Manveen, who says England has won the toss and decided to bat first versus Netherlands. Your thoughts on this decision? Dav has already discussed that.
It's a correct one.
Yes, it's the correct one. He says, if you missed out, you can actually watch this particular video, which will be up on our YouTube and all other social handles as well. And you can hear Dav's views on that. Tavishi comments, England juggernaut should start rolling from today. They have to beat Pakistan next. Okay.
Yeah, New Zealand will be hoping that's the case, that's for sure. New Zealand have to win themselves.
Yeah.
So if they can do that, they're really hoping England keep going for that Champions Trophy spot and beat the green team.
Okay. This is from Krishna, who says England have won the toss and decided again to get humiliated. Why, England, why?
He must be feeling really bad. He must be an England supporter.
Yeah. But I'm a little surprised at looking at how so many of our viewers concur with the decision to bat first.
Look, just looking at that first over, it looks a good pitch. It really does. If they can just get a start, it could get really difficult for the Orange, you know.
Dav has been watching the match from the corner of his eye as I read your comments, and well, he's gauging it to respond to you guys accurately. Okay, we also conducted a few polls, Dav, and this one asks, who has been England's biggest flop? Ben Stokes, Jos Buttler, Joe Root, Johnny Bairstow.
Definitely. Captain Butler.
Our viewers disagree. He's definitely in the bottom two, but they say that the biggest flop has been Ben Stokes with 47.9%. Yeah, Jos Buttler, 25%, then Johnny Bairstow, and then Joe Root.
Butler's played every game. Stokes only played the last 3, maybe.
Okay.
Yep.
Can Netherlands and England qualify for Champions Trophy?
Can they both do it?
Yeah.
No.
No.
One has to miss out.
Okay. Can Netherlands reach the World Cup semis? They're already out of contention, actually. Can Netherlands reach the World Cup semi-finals?
Well, they're on 4, right?
Yes.
If they win the next 2, that gives them another 4. That's 8. I'm not sure. Technically, maybe mathematically.
Should we take a look at the points table?
If it's possible, yeah.
Can we just get the points table again? Because we would just like to get our calculations right.
No, they can't. They can't. Because one of either Pakistan or New Zealand will win. So that'll take them to 10. No, they can't.
And now that we just left with one spot in the top 4.
Yep.
It's just the 4th spot.
It is impossible for Netherlands, even if they win 2 games, to be in the semis.
To be in the semis, okay. So 74.4% of our viewers also think no, and the remaining say yes. Who will be the top scorer for Netherlands? Engelbrecht, Max O'Dowd, Scott Edwards, Colin Ackerman.
Engelbrecht. I'd like Engelbrecht to get it, but I think Scott Edwards, you know, he's their leading leading run scorer. And, you know, if they are to do get it close in any way, shape or form, I think, you know, Edwards has to get runs. But Engelbrecht won't give his wicket. You know, he'll be fighting right to the end. And I suspect Sybrand Engelbrecht.
Okay. So viewers think it will be Scott Edwards. 38.5% of our viewers think that. 23.1% think either Colin Ackerman or Engelbrecht. 15.4% think Max O'Dowd. Well, that's how it is. We'll find out soon enough, actually, in just a few hours from now. For now, we are going to have to go get back to the match so that we can come back in the mid-innings and analyze that one for you. So stay tuned, watch the game. It is going to be a cracker of a contest as every other game that we've seen in the World Cup so far. We'll be back soon. Bye.